Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So here we are back in Evening Star for the High Road quest chain. Now the quest chain giver is given right next to the entrance, which is this kind of oxen-drawn cart. So you can talk to Rena, and then the quests for this chain are all located right here. Now, you can actually do these quests in any order with the exception of the last part. The last part will only unlock the quest giver once you've completed the 4 quests prior. So we are going to be doing them in order that Rena is mentioning. So our first part here is from Tybalt. Alright, so again, we just want to step into the high road. And we are just going to be going on heroic because we are still just doing it in the heroic levels. As you see, this area does have an epic level. As well, you'll notice that I have gone through and collected my journals. Alright, so the first quest here is located directly off to the side. Now you also notice while you're out here, every now and then you can get these little copper coins in your map. Those will just indicate rare encounters if you want to take the time to actually go get them. One thing to point out, in these rare encounter chests you can sometimes come across accommodations, which doesn't look like we got any. Though they are more prevalent in epics than in heroics, but it's also a good way to farm them out here as well. Alright. So here is our first quest. Now again, what a lot of people will choose to do is pick them all up, doing all the ones on this side, all the ones on this side, to then unlock for our last one here. So, due to the fact that my character is now level 20, it will no longer actually let me do Reaper on these quests as I am considered an epic level character. So we will just be doing these quests on Elite and proceeding that way. So first things first, obviously if we have any hirelings, now is the time that you want to summon them in. As well, you'll notice some breakables around the room, and a whole bunch of these notes. Now, the notes are nothing really important. They will give you information on individuals, such as Dom, Peloth, Nil, and they're kind of guys that you actually do run into in this quest. So it gives you a little bit of information and background on those individuals. Now, the moment you get out, again, more breakables. So if you are going for that bonus, you just want to hug the house. As well, there's a couple by the well. And then the next thing we want to do is we actually want to talk to Benson here. And essentially we just got to escort him. It's a fairly simple, straightforward quest. So here we are. Now as you're progressing through the path, the first little bit is it will summon a little dretch on him. But it will also summon others around the edge here. Now, if Benson does get hit, it will basically summon in more of those dretch. So you do want to avoid him getting hit as best as possible. Shit. Myself some death ward there. And we're just going to make our way essentially all the way around. And yeah, just continue following the path, you will come across some guys here. So here's Aloevain, our first one that was first of the random orange names that we're going to run across. As you see, he's got a little bit of hit points, but nothing major. And yes, as you see, Benson can cast spells such as Hold Monster Mass, and yeah, it's kind of nice. Now there is a massive shortcut in this quest, but because it's kind of using kind of cheating exploits, as well as, you know, it does require you to have a very specific skill, like a high jump. I probably will not be showcasing it. Plus, to be honest, I typically don't use it, so I'm not 100% sure where the exact spot is. But I do believe it's actually near this blockade here. Alright, so as you'll see, Nil is one of our ice champions from the previous event. Yeah, for us it's still the current event. It's actually only just day 3 here. Alright, and it also has some guys up top. Now, once everybody is eliminated, we can go ahead and talk to Nil. And basically, you just give her a choice here. She can give you a little bit of information, but nothing major. And then we get a nice little chest. So, from what I remember, the trick is you can actually hop up on one of these sides here. I don't remember if it's that side or it's up and over on this side here. They also might have fixed it. It does look, yeah. Either way, like I said, I don't really know it so well. Alright. So up the hill here, we are going to get attacked by Dire Bear. So off to the side here, we are going to have a whole bunch of wolves. Alright. So now heading deeper in. It's kind of more of the same. Wolves will pop out every now and then. As well, you can also get spiders popping in. Which we should actually be getting the spiders pretty soon. Might also just be like up here where that spot is. As you see, it kind of connects over here, so either way, the jump spot is, like I said, requires a very high jump. So just in case not everybody has that, I do want to show the full quest here. Alright. So once we get to this point, off to our left we are going to have Peloff, who also has gotten the attention of this giant Dire Bear. Typically speaking, depending on what difficulty, whether heroic or epic, it can be a little bit easier or harder. Basically, you just want to take everybody out. Once Peloff drops, so does the XP. Now you can obviously kill the Dire Bear, though it's not required. He is going to attack you, so I mean, kind of is required, but... And we got ourselves a nice little rum chest. From here, we're going to, again, continue just down a road, and that's basically what this entire quest is just following the road until we get to the house at the end. Now, at this point here, once we start heading down this hill, there's actually going to be several traps and some trash. Now, the trick for this point, if you want to get the full trapping bonus, it actually is very, very difficult because it comes in stages. So right now, the traps are right here. Once the named character takes X amount of damage, which is song right there, once she takes so much damage, it's actually going to change the location of these traps. So again, if you want to get the full bonus, you do got to be quick getting the ones that are up, attacking her a little bit. So there we are, attack her a little bit. As you'll see, they kind of pop back up here. And you gotta re-disable them. Now, even the re-disabled ones, as you see, we are getting XP for it. So it's kind of difficult to be able to go through and do that. Most parties don't deal with all the extras. They do deal with the lag though, unfortunately. And as you see again, like it dropped us down to Tamper. So it is fairly difficult to actually get the trap bonus in this one, again, just because as you're fighting her and as it changes, you are both losing, regaining. There we go, it stopped. Once we're done, I can grab the rest of these here. And then we can go for the end loot box. Which can have a named item. As you see, we got the wizard ward here. Now the effect on this one here, so you'll notice here from Lancers, Lancers is a fire spell power one. Mine is an impulse. Now it has the same effects, but it can change what damage type. So it is random on that spec. Ooh, we got these two again. Alright. Now from here, again, just like before, we do want to continue down our road. A few more surprise ambushes. Now, don't worry if Benson takes too much damage. If he does, he's just going to toss a little bubble shield up around him. And all you'll have to do is just talk to him again, and then he'll restart following. Alright, now again, off to our left, another little assault here. And now, more of the same, but now we'll have an archer kind of up on the ledge there. Now, what makes him a little bit more annoying is, as you are heading around, he does have a whole kind of nest of enemies. Alright, so at this point you will notice a dire bear, or maybe you won't notice them, but right as we get to these spiders, there is a dire bear right off to the right. Just watch yourself, as it is a pain to deal with both the spiders and the dire bear at the same time. And ooh, nice little rem chest for us. So at this point, off to our left, we're going to have another little hollow. And a whole bunch more lag. Alright. So this next hollow coming up here. So right there, as you see, it does have another named enemy. This one is a little bit of a pain, as it is a druid. And can cast some druid spells, such as Insect Swarm. So there we are, so we'll just talk to him. That's what I was mentioning with that shield there earlier. Now, the druid Rand will drop a chest. Nothing special drops out of this one, just some random trash. Ooh. Nice little event chest. Alright, so once everything there is done, continue deeper. Now this will be our final ambush here. After we finish the spiders here. Here we go. So yeah, coming around our corner, we're getting to our final ambush. Getting all these spiders. Alright, so here we go for that final ambush. And here we'll have a orange named Drow. He can be actually fairly tough in epics. Obviously in heroics there, because we have our epic destiny and such, it's really not that big of an issue. There we go. And then lastly, we just want to head into the building. Here we go. Now there is a bug where sometimes Benson will not actually go downstairs and count as the escort. So just watch there and make sure that it does swap over to the contain. Now in this house there are several breakables on both the lower and upper floor. Again, if you are going for that full bonus, make sure to go ahead and stop and grab all the goodies. As well as hit up the shrines if they are needed. Ooh. And once all that is done, you want to head into the basement here. So the part with this basement is, again, there's a bunch of breakables. Now once you speak with Dom himself, it will start the fight. Now there is a nice little kind of sneaky trick spot. Now in this corner here, it is very dark and hard to see, but there is a ladder. You can actually climb up the ladder here, and if you're quick, you can actually have your character grab the ledge, or even be able to jump. Ooh. And kind of get over. So it is, again, kind of tricky. Typically doesn't want to play nice. Usually, yeah, so there Draconius was able to get up. So that's the nice little tricky spot. Now, obviously, enemies can't get up there either, so it is a nice little ranged little safety. But I honestly don't think we're going to need it with these guys. So the other bit with this fight is, as you're fighting Dom, every now and then Slam will jump in and kind of swap places. So a trick here is actually to take out Slam first. This will just make sure that Dom can't keep porting in and out. Now on top of them, you'll get some enemies spawning in from up top, and they'll come down. Now once everyone is defeated, all that's left is to actually grab your loot, and the nether scroll fragment is inside the chest here, so that'll give you your completion. From here, all that's left is to recall out. Now if you picked up all the quests, you can head directly to the next one, but I'll be recalling back to town and turning that in. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one all.